Hail, hail, and welcome to A Celtic World North America. We're part of the Celtic World YouTube channel, which has a series of podcasts which highlight the worldwide Celtic support. And on our show, as we said, we like to bring a little bit of the North American perspective on what's happening at Celtic. So it's my birthday, and Celtic decided to give me that thing that we've been asking for these last few months on here. Finally, I know we've been begging for it, but so yeah, the Green Brigade will be back for the home stretch of the season for the last 6 games. On top of that, we got a pretty favorable list, probably as favorable a list of fixtures as you could have gotten for the post-split. And so yeah, now I know that like last week I was, down in the dumps on how things were going. Now I'm back on Celtics going to win the league. And it's probably going to be a celebration for me on the level of an invincible treble or the treble, just because how depressing this season has been. I think we've definitely earned a good celebration suffering through all these games this year. Plus, we're all going to be getting together this weekend with our good pals at the Detroit CSC for their 5th anniversary gala. So happy days, and like I'm looking forward to the weekend. And with that, let's get to introducing our panel tonight. Chris, can't wait to see you this weekend, bud.
Hell, yeah, likewise. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be just an absolute blast.
Yeah. And then we got Sean Kelly on from Detroit, and Sean's gonna take us through what's being planned for the weekend. I know it's probably been in the works for a long time, and he's put in a lot of work to get it done. But so welcome, Sean. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me again, guys. Really excited for the Fela to show all these people who've never been to Detroit, our amazing city, and celebrate Celtic and what it's all about.
Yeah, so I've never been, and I can't wait. I can't wait
to
see it. So, and last but not least, our pal Mick from Kansas City. Mick, welcome back.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it. Good to see you boys again.
Yeah, it's good to have you on as always. So, like I said in the intro, and we've probably been talking about it for so long that it got to the point where like this is never going to happen. Like that the Green Brigade is coming back. I don't know, what was it, Tuesday that it got announced? Was that the day? Yeah. So
got leaked, yeah.
I guess I'll go to you first, Chris, because I know you like have some connections to some of those guys. What was your reaction when you saw it, like the news come through?
I was ecstatic. I mean, that's fantastic. I'm glad that is behind us for this season. Maybe that will spur on good things to come. But how easily done was that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a wave of the magic wand, and all of a sudden we're, oh, okay, cool. I mean, I don't know if everybody saw the posts that they put out and kind of the resolutions that they're not only looking for, but, something that they can build off of. So, there's some positive things with that. I'm hoping and crossing fingers that both sides can come to a mutual understanding and resolve some of these issues, which has plagued especially 111 for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So these aren't things that just magically happened. It's there was a lot of moving parts to it. So I mean, I'm not gonna, because I'm obviously in Tennessee and don't really, I'm not connected or a member or anything like that. But yeah, I know people, but I'm not going to speak on their behalf. But with all that said, I'm super happy that they can come back for the post-split fixtures. I hope it's the edge that we've been looking for to kind of put us out of the doldrums of boring football and Celtic Park without any noise, because it's been apparent for the 5 months that they've been away that the noise and the energy level just drops out of that place, man. It's like a library, and it's tough to replicate something that's so ingrained in people that we want to sing for 90 minutes. So let us all sing for 90 minutes. And you need those people in that corner to drive that energy. And, so I'm just happy for him.
Yeah, agreed. And like I said, how long have we been talking about it, Chris? Like,
since
begging
they
for
were
it.
banned. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been things that I've thought, in past podcasts and stuff, that we've been saying these issues that have plagued what is transponded and I don't want to say led to, because that's not the fair representation of it. It's the things that have built up and built up and built up and built up and never truly got resolved. And then you saw all the things that happened this season, and it's just, I think everybody just wants to go watch Celtic. And I think if you take that aspect away from people that just want to go and support Celtic and sing, and, so many people that's their day-to-day livelihood. And that connection is so important. And the work that they do behind the scenes, and the aid to Palestine, and it's just all of the things. And for the club to just flat out say, hey, you can't attend because of X or whatever, and turned out to be whatever. It's just they were always going to be the punching bag, the first one that got reprimanded for things that happened, and it was either in the Green Brigade's hands or it wasn't. And the official lines need to come directly from the Green Brigade. They don't need to be hearsay or dumb people in Tennessee talking about it. But if you read what they put out and the things that they've said repeatedly for 20 years, those are the same issues that have led to where we are. So I'm just happy that they're back, and I'm really hoping that the energy level increases this season, because Lord knows we need it.
Yeah, agreed. And that's what I mean. Like Sean, like how, like the way we talked about it, like it seemed like such an easy thing to do to foster some goodwill between the Celtic, the club, and the support, which was floundering. Like, so the fact that it took so long is maddening. I mean, I'm sure you agree, but like, what was your thoughts on?
Yeah, I mean, Chris hit on a lot of it. I mean,
I gotta ban a Hun from the comments real quick, but go ahead, continue.
yeah. It's collective punishment. That's what it is by definition. Whatever transpired, if you want to take the side of whomever, whatever, it wasn't the whole Green Brigade. Whether they were being punished for standing up for Palestine all the many times they did, because we know the board may not have the same politics they do, or whatever. It's 5 months, 32 matches. They're getting a pro rata refund, but it's not a full refund. They're getting no apology. Like, reading through all the Green Brigade's recommendations, an apology would be great, because all the way back when we were in Europe, all of us fans were saying, listen, we need the Green Brigade in there. Celtic Park, at this point in our history as a club, is a morgue without them. No offense. We don't have the jungle. We don't have like a crowd where it's everyone on their feet the whole match. The Green Brigade carries a lot of that. And I feel as though not only the club and like their underspending, but the lack of the Green Brigade hurt us in Europe. We were really close in a few of those matches, and they give you that lift. Go ask Leo Messi or all these other greats what Celtic Park's like on a big European night when it's roaring, when it's rocking. So for me, you can blame Nancy, you can blame the poor spending or the lack of ambition. But I think banning the Green Brigade for 5 months really hurt us this season in a way that the board has finally come around to. This is a last ditch effort. I do think we have a chance to win the league. Looking at the last, 10 away matches for Hearts, I think it's us and Rangers. I think Hearts is sputtering, and I think we have a real chance. And I just hope the Green Brigade gets the support from the rest of the stands, because we know there's plenty of happy clappers out there who don't like the Green Brigade no matter what they do. whether they're raising tens of thousands of pounds for the poor or whether they're cheering on Celtic. They're always, as Chris said, the scapegoat. So that's where I see it.
Yeah. Mick, how about you? I'm going to put up that this was the announcement from the club, and like the club kind of put it on that it was the Glasgow City Council safety advisory, and blaming them for probably a lot of that. Like, oh, it wasn't us, but the timing of it is pretty ideal, I guess, heading into the last 6 games of the season, and we have 4 games at home. But like, do you see? Do you think the club was kind of scapegoating Glasgow City Council in this, or was this an enforcement by the club more so than Glasgow City Council? How do you see that?
I think this is the Celtic board being the Celtic board, passing the buck, passing the blame, not accepting responsibility. Like they wanted to make a statement. They banned the Green Brigade. They made that statement, and they refused to back down on it. And they hid behind Glasgow City Council all along. This is something that could have been easily resolved. Like you said, what has it been, 5 months now?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't. And they wanted to show the fan group as a collective that they're the bosses. It was a flex. That's exactly what it was. And now what they've realized in this season of never-ending F-ups is that the last thing that we need is civil and internal war. So they've kind of tucked their tail between their legs a little bit, try and get the fans back on side, but they're not accepting any responsibility for having made that decision in the first place. That's how I see it. And I heard you guys mention earlier, I was like, having the Green Brigade in there, let's be clear, the Green Brigade never left. They've been there all along, but they've been dispersed. They've been getting tickets here and there all throughout the stadium. We know this. We know guys, like you're saying, Christian, in touch with guys that go. I know guys that are in that group that are on supporters buses that come from our area, and they're still going to the games. They're not banned from the games, right. But it's that sort of concentrated noise. It's the what would you call that? Like the choreographed, concerted singing of songs where the last few months it's just been sporadic here and there. They get the chance going. That's where the noise and the energy comes from, and it infiltrates the rest of the stadium. And like you guys were saying, during Europe, we were missing that. And during the league competition, where the back's against the wall, and that does give you that little bit. It's still up to the players to go do the job on the park. But we saw the effect that the COVID season had on us. Mm-hmm. I think it affected us more than any other team in the league, and maybe even in the whole of the UK, because of how much our fans give to the players on the field. So it's not before time. I actually am surprised to see them bring it back in. I thought they were going to hold out until the end of the season, but I am glad to see that they are letting them back in, but I'm not at all surprised that they've hid behind Glasgow City Council with this one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you're right. It got so late in the season. You're like, oh, that's definitely not going to happen before the end of the year. I'm shocked that it took this long because, like I said, it really did seem like it was such an easy thing to do, particularly as the team on the field was kind of floundering, and you needed to. It just seemed like an easy thing to give the club a boost, and the fact that it took out this long is horrendous. But it's done now. So what, we got 4 games left now at home with them, and 4 games, big ones too. We got Hearts at home, we got Huns at home. So they're going to be just massive games that obviously, for me, I think we need to probably win out from here. Possibly could drop maybe 1 game and still win the league, but it's possible. Look at Hearts, and I think Hearts are floundering themselves a little bit. But
Yeah,
I still think Huns are going to be our biggest challenger
for sure.
to the end of the season. So, but then, so I mean, I'll take it back then to the weekend. So we had Dundee away, two games back to back in Dundee. Much better pitch this time than the one at Tannadice. Just 100 yards away. Somehow they keep their grass in a lot better condition. But and I don't have the lineup. I could not pull up the lineup today. But I'll go to you, Chris. What were any thoughts on the lineup, or do you want me to skip you because you got the train going by?
Yeah,
I've got the lineup too. If you want, I got it up.
No, so Sean, I mean, was there any surprises for you? I know for me, like I was surprised not to see Hatate starting because I think he had been playing well, and then really didn't even get any time in the game either. So thoughts on the lineup when it came out for the weekend?
I was surprised about Hatate. I don't know. Charvanarchar. I never know how to pronounce his name. He seems like such a bust at this point to me. I really like his energy. I love that he scored a wing penalty against our blood rival, but man, I wish he provided more. He was pretty poor on the day. I've been on this podcast, I think 2 or 3 times, and every time I bring up my love of Yang. Yang played out of body in the first half. That first half, I was like, this is the player. I don't know. I feel like without Yang and Nigren, we'd be in 5th. Yeah, outside of that, Iheanacho and Yang, without them like pushing forward, I can't believe Iheanacho is that important for us because he's got 200,000 miles on those knees. But Iheanacho kind of feels like the type of player who could squeak us across the finish line at the end of this. You know what I mean? He can finish. So. Yeah, I thought that first half performance was incredible, and then the second half we just let him come right back into it, and yeah.
Nick, how about you with the lineup? I know, like, and Char didn't do himself any favors with performance in the first half, but were any surprises or?
As far as the lineup goes, like I just wrote a couple of notes next to them when we're going through it. Like Sinisal, we're not surprised about. It's his jersey to lose. Trusty, I think deserved to come back in. Not even that he deserved to come back in, but Ben Arthur deserved to go out after he was shocking last week. I want to actually start by saying that I don't know how you guys addressed the Dundee United game last week, but that is one of the worst performances I've seen us play against. And we've got tankings off of like good opposition in Europe, and we've been beaten off of good Rangers teams in the past. But that is the worst I've seen us play against a non-European, non-Hun team. Hands down. And they talked about the condition of the pitch and all that. That is not an excuse. We should be able to adapt like any other team adapts and still be able to navigate a game against a team that has got about 1/100th of the budget that we've got. Anyway, that's my soapbox about United. Scales.
To get that off your chest.
Tierney have kind of gone back and forth because I like to see Srirachi, but Srirachi feels like more of an impact player, which is what I think Tenekte is as well. And I'll come to him a wee bit later on as well. Donovan, I want that laddie to do well, but he's got good attributes. He's tall, he's fast, but he's naive. And I'm sure we'll come to the Dundee game, but that Tony Ogan, their left winger, had him on toast all day long. And I'm not surprised that the error came for him because he just looked so unsure in everything that he did, his body language, his passes, and you've seen Martin O'Neill getting onto him a couple of times. And if any other right back's fit, he's not in that team. So I was kind of not surprised to see him in there, but at the same time, I was like, oh, that's going to be an issue. And when you guys talk about Hatate as well, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that he never got used, but I'm actually glad that he never got used because he was another one in that Dundee United game. And he's gone missing a lot of this season. And he was good in the second half of that Rangers game, and he was good in the following game against them as well. But apart from that, I mean, last week against Dundee United was just how Hatate's been all season. So I'm surprised he got left out, but I'm glad he got left out as well. And Tenecte, the exact same. I think he's a sub player, an impact player, but I'm glad. And I do think Martin O'Neill was making a statement by not bringing either of them in, because Tenecte was another one that was absolutely garbage last week. Siobhan Shara, I want him desperately to do well. The big man, he's fast, but he doesn't have the hold-up ability and the strength, and he goes down too easily, and he comes short for a pass, but he comes too short because his control's not good enough. You see Ian Atchell come short, and it's a quick short. His control is instant, and then the pass is immediate. With him, he's like Dyson Maeda, where he gets the ball played into him, and it's bobble, bobble, bobble. And by the time he's got the ball under control, where it's passed him at the halfway line, he's almost back at our fucking 18-yard box. It's infuriating. Like I say, I desperately want him to do well. And Yang has been our best player, so you can't leave him out. Not surprised to see him in there, and Maeda as well. Like, he's been off the boil, but he gives you so much more than just a goal threat. He just gives you energy, and you can't leave a player like that out.
Yeah. And I mean, you saw that Yang and Nygren and Maeda starting that game off with the pressing, which got us going more than anything. And Dyson didn't do much else besides the pressing, but like that was huge how it started the game. And like Dundee was trying to play out of the back, which it's funny because I feel like most teams in Scotland try to do that now. Everybody plays football in Scotland now, which is just it's weird to see. But I think we did cause some turnovers in their end of the field, which created some chances. And so we did get our like you said, Yang. We got the Yang gang here with Sean and Mick. And he got and it was great. And again, it was ball went into Shvanchara. I forget who played it into him, but that's one that Shvanchara should put away. If that goes to Ian Acho there, it's in the back of the net. And just played it right off the keeper. Yang was brilliant. Like, Yang was great right on top of the ball, and lifting it over the keeper was like great piece of skill. Like, that's, a lot of our guys this year just don't have that in them. Like, and Nygren tried to steal the goal from him, but gave it right back to Yang. So I guess, Chris, train gone now, so we can go back to you.
Oh, yeah.
How are you feeling after an early goal, like a goal on 8 minutes?
I mean, it felt good to have an early goal. Don't seem to get as many of them this season as we normally would have. But I mean, Mick hit my points that like Big Tom, like, he can't hold up the ball for anything. Like for somebody that has that size of a frame, he should not be going down that easily, ever. I mean, he's built the right way, but like a feather just takes him out, and I'm disappointed, to be honest, because I really thought that there was much more of a finisher with it. But yeah, and the same thing with Maeda. Maeda, I don't know what his deal is, but like every time somebody plays the ball to him, it's just bobble, 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 and that's, I mean, it's been frustrating like that all season. But at the same time, like I don't know, man. It's one of those things that has consistently plagued him unless that ball is perfect. If that ball's perfect, Maeda's perfect. And I mean, I could say the same thing with Hatate. Is that like if everybody that's playing around Rio is in sync with go back like 3 seasons under Ange, Rio Hatate, every time he got the ball, he was pass, and it was fluid, right? And when he doesn't have that, or Maeda doesn't have that, where that ball is played, perfectly to him, like a Kyogo pass or something across the top. It's been amazing to me that seems to be like the thing that is broken down more than anything is just that the players that we haven't congealed the way that we had them 2 or 3 years ago when Rio had Matt O'Reilly and you had who was the guy, the right winger,
Nicholas
Nicholas Kuhn. Yeah, I mean those type players make other players better, and I think that's the thing that we've lacked is that we've had through injuries and people just not performing as well, or whatever the case may be. Injuries being the largest chunk out of all of this. I mean, it's just been a plague for us all year. So. But no, I was super happy with an early goal. Gave me a little bit of confidence at least going into halftime. So that was good. But yeah, y'all already said it. The pitch was in a lot better shape, and I don't know. We seemed to be more fluid there in the first half, but we couldn't put any of them in the back of the net like we should have with Big Tom.
Yeah. And that's what I'll throw Bobby's comment up again.
Exactly.
It was true. It was true against Dundee. I'll throw up Ian's comment too because I think this is I do think he gets fouled a lot. True. I think he gets held a lot, but at the same time, I don't. And it goes back to I don't think he's that hold up kind of striker. He does get grabbed a lot, but I think what he doesn't do is try to separate himself from the defender. Then, so it's just him getting grabbed for a few seconds, and if you don't move away from that contact, referees they're not gonna call it. It's if you move away, you're gonna get pulled down, and that's gonna get called every single time. And I that's why I just don't think that's what he's used to. That's what his role probably hasn't been. He's more kind of a run onto the ball kind of striker. So I don't know, maybe that's something he has to learn, but probably does not have time to do it in a short half a season loan stint with us, where we have no, option to. Do we have an option to buy him at the end? I don't even know if it'd be worth it, but
it'd be a lot from Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yeah, sure.
I know we don't for the guy from San Diego, Araujo, which everyone loves.
Yeah. Right.
There's rumors that we will because there's Mexican teams going for him, but he's owned by Brentford, so it costs more than our board wants to spend.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. But I know for me, and Sean, I don't know about you, Sean, and maybe it's just, wishful thinking because it hasn't happened all year, but we get that early goal from Yang on 8 minutes, and you're like, all right, is this the game where we can make up some goals and goal differential and put 5 past them, and it's not gonna have to sit at the edge of our seat like we do every week. I don't know, maybe you weren't. Did you feel that at all? That I did a little bit, but then I kind of remembered how the season has gone, and
So for me, it's the first goal, Yang, high flying. He's had a few goals like that. For me, it's not necessarily the defense, because the defense is so injury plagued. In my opinion, I've said this before in the pod, CCV is arguably our most important player every season he's on the team, outside of maybe one of the Kyogo years. When he's out, we're really papering over cracks here. So defense withstanding, our midfield gets walked through. I love Callum, love him. Problem is he's Celtic through and through. So if you say the wrong thing about him or KT, there goes your head. But Callum's past it, and I think our midfield lets us down. So to answer your question more succinctly, I did feel like it was high flying, but the second they're letting Dundee players walk through the midfield, it's like, no wonder we get bounced out of Europe. This is what we have right now. We have no steel in midfield, and the second an SPF player can dribble through our midfield, I say, this is not Brendan Ball at the beginning of Brendan. This is not Ange Ball. This is something else, and manager can only do so much.
Yeah, I mean, that lineup that was not a lineup that's going to have any steel in that. Not that we have really any. I think Angles is probably the only guy that would give us a little more of that steel in midfield. But to have a midfield of McGregor, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Negrin is just
Yeah.
it's asking to get run over in midfield the way it's gone this season. So. And that's another boost that we could get in the coming weeks is getting Angles back. So I mean, that's another thing to look forward to. But I mean, Shvanchara had chances to put it away really in that first half. Like he had the one, he was just very indecisive. I feel like in everything he did, like where he, shot where he should have put Maeda in, tried to put Maeda in where he should have shot. Like I think he's majorly lacking in confidence.
Yeah.
And it's understandable. Like things haven't gone well. He hasn't. Was he have one goal? I think in open play.
2 goals in 12 matches. Yeah. 1 goal in open play. Yeah.
Can I pose a opposite question for you then?
Of course.
So let's assume that like the new manager that comes in and his style of play, no matter who the manager is, the new manager's style of play has a role that's specific for Negrin or for Callum McGregor or Rio or whatever it is, and there is an entire off season. I know it's relatively short, especially with whatever European qualifiers may come, if that's a possibility. But you would have time for a manager to figure out the players, what kind of system they run, right? And if that's the case, and players are allowed that time to congeal and learn their traits and what their role is, and develop in a certain way, I think the same players could be made of steel, right? And but that's something that you do when you have the time to do it, not necessarily in the middle of a season when Brendan Rodgers walks off and then Wilfred Nancy or O'Neill comes in. You kind of ride that down a little bit because it's not the same as before. You get Wilfred Nancy and everything's fucked up after that, and then Martin O'Neill comes back in and tries to collect all these pieces back together. And I know that the midfield, to your point, Sean, the midfield getting walked over and bullied off the ball, and Dundee players just dribbling right through it. A different manager with a different system that had time to develop those players in the system and the roles and without all of the complications that happened because your manager fucks off and you have all of these other things that happen through the season. I don't want to be a person that criticizes the players that are out there. So I guess my question would be, do you think it's possible that you would get a different result with a different manager given time and building of the team and trying to congeal things? Could you get the same result with a different manager? No, just whoever wants to answer that.
I don't know if you heard. I mean, for me, I'd say I think the majority of the guys in our midfield just aren't built that way. It's not the style that they are, set to play. Like I said, outside of Angles, I think Angles can be that guy, and Bernardo a little bit too. Well, Bernardo is just kind of falling off the face of the earth. So then when you have the rest of those guys, Negrin's got some size to him, but I think he's more just focused on the attacking side of the game, getting himself in position to score goals. So then you got McGregor, who's a little guy, Hatate again, little guy, and Oxlade-Chamberlain is probably has the physicality for it, but just needs to get back into that, kind of to get the games under his belt to be able to play that position. But yeah, I don't know.
This is not just a this season thing. The Celtic midfield's been undersized and even when Scott Brown was there, like he wasn't a big guy, but he got stuck in. So ever since I think maybe Wanyama left, I'm struggling to think of actually a big physical midfielder that wasn't just a Scott Brown getting stuck in. But the Celtic midfield's been undersized for several seasons now, and we got away with it because we had young Callum McGregor, and then during the Ange years, you got Matt O'Reilly, who's tall but he's slight. He wasn't a super physical guy, and you had Hatate as well. But the system was set up to where the ball was constantly being offloaded. Guys weren't dwelling on the ball. It wasn't the horseshoe thing. Right now, you've got Dundee sitting in a back five, and they can tell where the next pass is going. I've said this before on this podcast. They can tell where the next pass is going before it's even made. They know what our pattern is. Well, with Ange, we had some triangles and all that set up, sure, but everything was quick. So even if you knew where the ball was going, like this passing was so sharp, the control and the guys were so sure that knowing it and stopping it were two different things. Now what we have is the same sort of undersized midfield, but without the ball playing quality and without the system set up to be able to circumvent the type of defenses that we're going to be coming up against. That's the issue.
Right.
I agree. And you would see it like when we played the Huns, even though we were still like talent-wise better, like our midfield did get overrun. We didn't get overrun like maybe playing the other teams in the league, but those games against the Huns, like you did see that their midfield was bigger and stronger. But I mean, Rangers have had a bigger, stronger, more physical team for years.
Yes, they have.
When
they
had Clement and Van Bronckhorst as their managers, and obviously like Gerrard as well. Like, think about who they had in their midfield. They had Lundstrom, the boy Aribo. These are all like big, strong, physical guys, but we were able to play around that because our system was different, right? So now we're just trying to. It was apples and oranges. They couldn't out physical us because they couldn't get close enough to us. But now we're playing their game, and we're playing it poorly.
Too right.
Yep. I'll throw another guy in there. Nir Batan was probably another.
I was going to say
bigger physical midfielder.
He was good for a red card about every 2 or 3 games.
yeah. But that just shows you it was few and far between in probably a almost 8-10 year stretch where we had any physicality in midfield. So so then I mean back to Dundee, like good. Then we don't get that goal in the first half that kind of puts us at ease a little bit, and head into the second half, and then you start getting that feeling like it's like something bad's going to happen, and of course and you mentioned it before, Mick, Donovan getting the penalty against them, and it was a tough one. It's an obvious penalty for me, and I think for most people you would agree. It's not much he could have done. I mean, he had his arms behind his back, and then he turned and just threw him out there, and that probably is more a natural body movement, but like you make yourself so much bigger at a shot that's probably ended up going over the goal if it would have, but going towards goal, like it's a penalty all day. Yeah. And Simon Murray steps up and
he's
buries
it.
He is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
But again, like probably at that, so that's around 60 minutes, and probably at that point, like what you look at, and I think Sean Carmody mentioned it in the comments. Possession was probably at that point near 50-50, and it again, it's such a bizarre thing for seeing a Celtic team. a 50-50%, even away at Dens Park, like it's just.
I heard the
unheard of
Sky
these, like-
commentators talking about that when they pressured us at the start of that second half, and the goal eventually came from the penalty. But even after that, it was still, it looked like they were going to go 2-1 up. And one of the commentators was saying that, oh, Dundee are pushing forward and Celtic might have opportunities to catch them on the break. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? How embarrassing is it that you're fucking playing against Dundee, like a bottom 6 team, and you're getting your backs to the wall, and then you're looking to counter attack
like they're Barcelona 2012.
Unbelievable. I was like, fucking, what am I watching, mate?
That's where we're at, man. It's like I said,
it's a rough season. I almost just want to go to bed and fucking wake me up when it's done. Tell me what happened.
Here.
We suffered this long. We gotta suck it up and make it all the way through. I will say then, like, Celtic brings on subs, and as has happened a lot of times this season, subs made a big difference. And one, obviously, Iheanacho getting the goal, but I think like Tierney was. I think Tierney's been good all season. One of our better players all season, was not good versus Dundee. Srirachi came in and I think really was a difference maker. And again, James Forrest, I thought was good on the right side, moving Yang over to the left, and it's like, so like bench guys in a lot of ways have saved. I mean, you can't say saved the season. We're in 3rd place, but like put us in a spot that we're still in this league. But going to Iheanacho, like Iheanacho's goal, and that takes me kind of to the difference between him and Shvanchara. There was no doubt about what Iheanacho wanted to do when he got the ball in that position. One, he was physical, out muscled Astley, and just blasted it past the kid. Like, and I don't know if Shvanchara has that in him to, one, create that space to get that shot off, and then do it with as much power as Iheanacho. Iheanacho is just, I think, pretty obviously the most natural striker at the club right now. So unfortunately, I don't know if he has it in him to go 60 minutes even at this point. I don't know. Chris, do you see him, like, can you see him being effective as a starter, Iheanacho? And giving you at least 60 minutes, probably, I would say.
I mean, to be honest, I would be concerned at probably halftime. I mean, that's just every time he's been on. I don't know what his minutes are, but I mean, he's not in there for more than 45 minutes most of the time. Which kind of, you know, if you think about it, like, you know, if you get 45 minutes out of somebody that, as Sean said earlier, like, he's got 200,000 miles on his knees. I mean, like, he is the most talented of you know, most natural striker that we do have. So in that regard, if he can give you 30 minutes, I think that's an asset. But right. I would save it. I would save it for the last 30 minutes of a match. Yeah. And you know, that's probably, you know, if you look at it in that way, you could see why Martin O'Neill would put him in, given that, you know, you gave Big Tom, you know, 60 minutes and now it's time to switch it up, and now you've got one guy that has done that repeatedly over and over and over and over and over. And yeah, I think that's the advantage. But no, I don't think off the bench that he's your guy. I think you give the legs a run, and then you run those defenders. Whether Big Tom, you know, catches it and holds the ball up, or you know, runs across and makes a diving header or whatever. Like, I think you got to go with the legs to wear out defenders, so that when any Nacho comes in, then he's got fresh legs and defenders that are a little bit worn out.
Yeah, I would agree. Sean, how about you? I mean, would you see Iheanacho being or I mean, if he can't give you 60 minutes, then I feel like he has to be an impact sub. But I don't know.
Yeah, for me, it's like he's obviously hyper talented. He has it still in his legs. He's 29. He seems like he's played forever, but those were some long seasons at Leicester when they were going deep into Europe and what have you. And Premier League just beat your body up. But I'm with Chris. I think end of match is better. Just looking at a few of his stats, the games in which he scored goals, we're talking 20 minutes, 35, 75. Like he's not going 65, 70 every match. There's a lot of matches where he goes 25, 30. And if you can have him running at defenders in the last 30, he's got skill. As Mick said, when he comes near, he's on the turn. He's passing quick. He's great with his feet. I think he can really unlock things at the end of the match. And I was listening to maybe not a rival podcast of ours, but 20-Minute Tim's, and they made a good point about how this Celtic season will be won in 20 minutes at a time, 30 minutes time, 40 minutes time. We're not blowing people away. This is not Ange ball. We're not dancing. We're not celebrating winning the league with 4 matches to spare. It's going to be little blocks. And I think Iheanacho and Yang and Nygren can really do that for us just in little 20, 30-minute blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll throw, like Williams' comment, do we go to Dyson up the middle for the start? I don't know. If
he's hungry for it.
I mean, he hasn't scored in like 15 games.
I know.
Which is like crazy. But I don't know. Like, and then Callum Osman, I don't know if that's. I mean, who knows what he is still? He scored against Rangers. Mm-hmm. But I mean, what else has he done? He's hardly ever played any other minutes for Celtic. So I mean, you don't even know what you're going to get, even if he does come back. For me, but finishing up Dundee then. Right after the goal, I think Iheanacho scores like 80th minute or so. Almost immediately after that, and again, it's Iheanacho like as that hold up striker, kind of flicking the ball on. Yang reads it perfectly, gets on it, and gets taken out by Astley. And particularly with how calls have gone lately in Scotland, that's been a red card. So like, good to see. Who was it? Was McLean? I think McLean was around. Like, not relying on VAR to make that call. Most refs, I feel like these days they're just letting the monitors make the call.
They don't want to make the wrong call.
Yeah, so I think he got it right, and particularly once I don't think you could have overturned it probably either way. I mean, I don't know. Perhaps maybe VAR would have gone in and given him the red after, but I think once McLean comes in decisively like that, I thought it was pretty obvious. Even though I think Astley was like taken aback that he was getting sent off there, but for me it was pretty obvious. But then even then, we're 10 men. We saw it out, but it wasn't clean. And that was another one you would have liked probably to, being that we're down in goal differential pretty substantially, like get that extra goal that might help you with goal differential at the end of the season. But basically we just tried to see it out, which we did. And so in the end, 2-1 win, 3 points is obviously huge, and got us back. And then with Hearts, Hearts drew.
Yep.
Yeah,
with Livingston.
Yeah.
So put us back more into a little tighter race at the top. And let me we'll throw up the league table. So, I mean, this is how it looks with, going into the split, and I can't get our people up. So that just blocked everything. Sorry.
Check this.
What is happening? Oh, I got it now.
You were hacked. It's okay. Oh, you're hacked again.
What the hell? I can't get us back on the screen.
Damn, hate to see it.
I'm going to delete these, so hopefully help. Bear with me. I don't know why that happened. Okay, sorry about that. Usually I can just cancel that out and it works, but Yeah, so in third place going into so one game before the split, we got St Mirren at home on the weekend, and why don't we do just a quick look at that? I mean, Chris, I know your prediction always is 2-0. I feel pretty good about this one going into this weekend. St Mirren has a new manager, and I think they're kind of all over the place right now. We've struggled against them a little bit this season, but how do you see? I'll go to you, Mick, first. Like, how do you see the game going this weekend? It's Saturday morning, right? I think this week.
Yes,
Saturday morning.
it is.
Saturday morning.
Yep.
I feel the same way about every Celtic game this season. Is like I'm going to be watching it from behind the couch through my fingers, because I look at those post-split fixtures, and I've looked at, you know, the run of fixtures that we had with the two European games and the two Rangers games and the all the away games that came, and I'm looking at those like I could see us dropping points in every single one of them based on how we've played against those teams throughout the year. I mean, take the Rangers game aside, those games usually take care of themselves, but Hearts, Hibs, Motherwell, you know what I mean? Falkirk in there as well. We were lucky at Falkirk. Like that Nygren goal, like, so I mean, there were opportunities in every single one of those games for us to drop some, if not all 3 points. So in this St Mirren game, St Mirren, apart from winning the cup against us, which I think a junior football team would have beat us that day because we were absolutely shocking. But apart from that, they've been terrible all season, St Mirren. They've lost their manager. They've now got a new manager, and they just beat Aberdeen at the weekend, who's now managed by their old manager. So it's one of those things is like, yes, on paper we should be beating them. On paper we should be beating every team in this league. But the game is not played on paper. So yes, it should be at home against a weak opposition. Should be 3 points in home. But I really don't know. I'd hate to do a prediction.
Well, you have to. I'm sorry. No, you don't.
Celtic.
All right, I'll take that. Sean, how about you? How do you see it going?
So the thing for me is we're very poor in front of net, it seems like lately. If we can get rolling early, it's one thing. But the man behind the pipes for St Mirren, Shamal George, he's on loan from Wycombe Wanderers. His past 6 matches have been great. I like follow keepers and stuff like that. I'm into that. If we don't score on him early, I could see it getting a little tight. He's a big keeper. He's 6'6". He's a 6'6", 28-year-old from England. I'll say 2-1 Celtic. I have full belief. I'm like a big Green Brigade supporter, much like my man in Tennessee. Always have been. I think it's going to be raucous. I think the songbook is going to be wide open. I don't know. I
Get
think
the pints in.
Yeah. I've got faith, but man, I do worry about this keeper having a worldie against us. It's 2-1 though. I'd love to say 3-0, but I'll say 2-1. 2-1 Celtic.
I think that's where I'm going. I think I'm going with 3-0, and that's. I mean, I haven't done that all season, but I don't know. I just feel like things are hopefully turning. Like I don't know. Too much good news happening that maybe it just keeps happening. So I hope so. And it'll be fun, like you said, the songbook. And the songbook was great over the weekend against Dundee. I don't know if you heard or if you had the volume up. They're hitting all the hits.
All the classics.
It was good to hear. So it'll be good to be watching it, and we'll talk about that shortly. We'll get to watch that all together. Well, Mick, you need to come up to Detroit too.
I'd love to. Let's say wife's out of town this week. She's not back until late Friday night, so
it's gonna be tough for you to pull
I
off.
don't see me getting permission.
Have your bags packed when she walks in.
Yeah.
Here's the baby. I'll see you.
Just hand it right over. Yeah, I wish. So then again, more news this week was the post split pictures coming out, and now I'm leery about putting any screen savers up on because I couldn't get rid of them last time, but I'm gonna try and throw it up there real quick. And it didn't come up very well, but probably as good a list of post split fixtures as you could hope for. For me, I mean, we knew we were going to get Hearts and Rangers at home, probably in the order that it's happening. Is probably even better. So I don't know. Like, I'll go to you, Chris, first. I mean, what was your thoughts when you saw the pictures come out?
I mean, I thought it was great. It was probably the best that we could have asked for. I'm not particularly happy about going away to Hibs. I feel like that one's the one that I've got circled.
That is the tough one.
Oh, Easter Road.
That's going to be rough. But I mean, all of them are going to be tough. So, instead of trying to focus on the ones that I think are going to be tough, I think my outlook is like, I don't care how it happens. I don't care who it happens with. If we win every match, we win the league.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like as simple as that. So anything short of that is by not our choice. So I'm kind of the opinion that let's win the next one. Let's see what happens, and then go on to the next one, and we'll just hang in and hope for the best is the best way I could put it. It's just strap in. It's going to be rough, but I mean, as far as you couldn't draw it up better. I mean, to watch all of the people that are upset by it that come out with stupid statements of like, no, you got one at home and we got one at home, and that's how it shook out. So, but I think the energy and the mojo changes this weekend. If not for any other reason other than the 5-year Detroit fail us. So
agreed. Sean, how about you? What was your thoughts? Like, what game are you most concerned about? I guess going into these going to the last 5.
Easter Road. I guess if not that, the Wednesday match. Who's that? Motherwell. Motherwell they're a bogey team. They just are. I don't like the midweeks because I usually can't watch them live. I've got a in-person job. I'm gonna try to skirt out and make that happen if we're still in the title race, though. I'm gonna open up the CSC. I don't care. But Easter Road has never been kind to us, as my pal in Chicago, Sean Kermode, said in the chat. They get up for it. They have talent. They're one of those teams where I would much rather, I think all 4 of us would agree, if someone was going to be in first place right now, we'd all rather Hibs win the league over Hearts. But it's tough. Chris alluded to it. I know he's afraid to get Ellie McCoist in the comments, but saying Celtics running the league because this was our breakdown. Like, I'm sorry, that's just how it goes. We're playing. You got home matches, we get home matches. This is how it goes.
Shit happens.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to touch on with this. Hearts fans are having a conniption fit because they're afraid they're going to get a small allocation. This is what happens. You did it to us. You only let 800 fans into Tynecastle. Guess what, brother? You're not getting a full allocation at Celtic Park. I don't care if you're going to win the league there. So I know we all probably have problems with the way SPFL teams treat the allocation thing. It's shocking at this point how petulant we all are. And it's like, oh, you're not getting fans. But hey, sorry, Hearts. We're not going to open up a full stand for you. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Maybe we'll start fresh next year with we'll allocations, see. But let's finish this year up. But in terms of I know, so Hearts will have Hibs away too, I think, right? I think I didn't pull up theirs.
Yes.
I know Hibs beat them last time at Easter Road. So that would be helpful too. And Hibs, will be up for it to knock them down a perch. But how about you, Mick? what do you see as the toughest game? Team, I mean, still probably the Huns at home that might be, not that you can't call it a title decider as the third to last game, but what do you see as our possible biggest trip up in that final 5 games?
Well, I mean, aside from the Rangers game, which we haven't played well against them for a long time, even the games that we've won, obviously we scraped through on penalties, but we were horrific in that game. We were decent when we beat them in the League Cup semi-final, but they were down to 10 men after 30 minutes, and they were still hungrier than us. I wouldn't say they outplayed us, but they're definitely a hungrier team than we are. So that's a concern for me. But I'm honestly not that worried about Easter Road away. If I had to pick between Falkirk, Easter Road, and Firth Park, Easter Road would probably be the one that I would pick. Motherwell, up until recently, have been playing the best football in the league, and playing them at Firth Park, if they go back on the boil, that could be a rough day for us. I mean, they battered us when we played them at Firth Park. I mean, absolutely played us off the park. They played us like we were playing a Tuesday or Wednesday night European game. That's how. And it wasn't just that we were bad; they were really good. So I'm kind of hoping that they're either off the boil or they've got nothing to play for at that point. It's the second to last game, I believe. So there could be like, okay, we're not getting any higher than 4th, or we're not getting any wherever they are. The game that I'm concerned about the least now is the Falkirk game, because if we'd have got them at their stadium, that's a good side. Falkirk are a good side, and on that artificial turf, I think that we could have struggled there.
Yeah.
So that's a relief for me. So I'd say the Motherwell game is probably the one that, I have the most trepidation about, but it's going to depend on what their form is and what their situation is when we come up against them.
Yeah.
Agree.
Well, the Motherwell game is another midweek game too, right? That's the midweek one? And I think it was a midweek one when they pumped us at Fair Park too last time, right?
It was like 2-0. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that
one.
Going
on 10.
Yeah, that was another rough. That was like Mick, you said the Dundee United last week was, and that was more so probably us playing poorly. Like you said, Motherwell.
Yeah, Motherwell
we were bad, and they played us. They were outstanding. So
Elliot Watt, he played amazing that match.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still. I mean, all things considered, considering where we, have come from, back to being, particularly after last week against Dundee United, like I can't believe I'm back to feeling like almost, like 90% sure we're going to win the league, which is probably too much.
Crazy.
Wow.
I don't know. I just think it's set up for us. Like, and I could be wrong, but dude, I would love it if it works out our way. What do you think of the speculation? I saw if it doesn't go our way, and if we are not in the running for the title going into that last week versus Hearts, do we lay down versus Hearts?
Oh, aye.
To let them win that title.
100%.
I'll take that. I don't. I saw some people like, not well, if we're fighting for second or third. I'm like, at that point, who cares? Like,
who cares?
No.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I'm like,
Second
how
place
fucking funny would that be?
There have been so many times where it felt like Hearts did that for Rangers. That's why we call them Diet Huns. There's so many times in my sports life where it's like, oh, they just roll over for them. They just roll it. Sure, let's do it. Gotcha.
Oh God, can you imagine the reaction if that did?
Oh my God, there would be riots. There would be riots. There would be demanding that Celtic get kicked out of the league and start off with a negative points tally for the following season. It would be absolute fucking bedlam.
That would be great. I would enjoy it. Here's a good one.
Push
Yeah.
Michael in, yeah, in a
100%.
sling.
Yeah,
I'd be putting the youth team in.
yeah, I would too. I would
Yeah.
put the youth team in.
Give a lot of guys their debuts.
Mhm.
Paul the Tim at striker.
There you go.
um,
Oh, that's good.
so, so I guess that's a good build up. So this weekend, and we've been trying to talk about it, me and Chris, and we had Kyle Law Dog on a couple weeks ago to try and build up the Fela in Detroit this coming weekend. And I know I've been super excited about it. I haven't, like I said, and Chris, you too, I've never been to Detroit, and it's always been a city I wanted to go check out. So I was excited. Even before Sean, even before you guys started talking about doing this, I was like, I've got to get up to you guys CSC because I love what you guys do. I love what you've built in such a short amount of time. So the fact that now that you're getting, guys coming in from out of town, I mean, it's just perfect. It's going to be awesome. So I'll throw it to you, Sean. And I'm sure it's been a lot of work putting this all together, but I guess where did the idea come from? How did you come up with the thought to make this happen?
So when I got to the Philly Fela, that was their 10-year, 3 years ago?
Yeah,
20,
23.
Yeah. Was there, had a ball with you two. I really was thinking, if this club can stick together, if we got to do a 5-year. Just seeing all the community. I met so many people that I'd been chatting with on Twitter for years, like years. People who, when the CSC wasn't even a dream for me, when I was just a guy in my college dorm room watching Celtic by myself, we would chat. So I left that feeling so invigorated about the Celtic community and just like how what the breadth of the Celtic community in North America is like, and Canada. There were, like obviously Canada's part of North America, but there were a lot of Canadians there. That like really excited me. So from then on, I was really hoping I could put something together, especially because Detroit is one of those cities. I'm sure Mick could agree with Kansas City. It's like we're not a city people go to on vacation all the time. It's just not. And it's like people come to Detroit we have a huge electronic music festival in the summer called Movement because techno was invented here. So like people who come to Detroit for vacation are German people and like random British people, but not like football fans. It's just like people who are into house music and techno and stuff like that. So for me, it was like natural. I love Detroit. I think it is one of the most underrated cities on earth. I think it's culturally one of the top 3 most important American cities based on what it's done for American culture, musically, whatever, all that jazz. And I'm just stoked to show everyone around. Detroit City FC is a big catalyst for my club, our local USL club that started as a grassroots DIY football club. They have a match this weekend, and I'm so excited to take everyone in the match. I've been talking to Paul in Chicago. He's wanted to go to a match for years. We play in a really old stadium. It was built in 1930. And we're moving out of that stadium soon for a shiny new stadium. And I'm excited to show everyone this experience, this very unique American soccer experience on the Celtic weekend. So yeah, we've got a bar crawl Friday night. Can't wait. Hopefully Law Dog doesn't lose his coat this time.
Yeah, I'll throw up the schedule. This is the
Oh
schedule.
yeah,
I
awesome.
got that.
Beautiful, yeah. I've chatted with these pubs. They're excited to have us. I can't wait. And then Saturday, got the main event. We've got the Celtic match against St Mirren at wonderful Collect Beer Bar. There is a local Scottish bakery that's going to have sausage rolls and stuff like that, and all this great Scottish fare. They're not playing around. We'll be going to the City match after the Celtic match. Taking them to a brewery that I work at. I'm actually wearing the hat after the match, which is in Hamtramck. Hamtramck is a city within Detroit's borders, one of those unique situations. And then, Sean, you want to show the menu? You have the menu as well?
Yeah, I got it.
Bang, yeah. They've got a nice selection for us. Really excited for that. We don't always get food at our pub. That's the thing about the Plow in Philly that I admire. And Embassy Pub. And there's a lot of good pubs and CSC pubs that have food. Ours doesn't. Ours is just like beer and wine and bourbon. But yeah, this will be nice. Everyone can actually eat something because it's going to be a very long day Saturday. And then Sunday, we've got this really cool local, I don't know the best word for it. So basically, the Urban Football League, this guy Maxwell, who does incredible work in the community, it's futsal in this concrete court like you'd see in like Brazil or like France. And it's just like jump in, you know, if you want to do a kick around, there's people of all ages, there's kids playing, and we're just playing a little bit. There's music, there's free food. It's just like this community that I've been a part of, and it's very Detroit Celtic. It's very like, let's just do things for people just cause. That's going on at 11 a.m. I assume not everyone coming to the Fela is looking to kick around some futsal after 16 hours of drinking. But
I just might. I'll bring my shoes.
There we go. Bring some sneakers. I know Log
I'll
Dog's
probably
gonna
have to
play.
roll right after that, but
Yeah. And then for those still in town, I'd love to get a photo at the Spirit of Detroit. The Spirit of Detroit is really special for us. It's this bronze statue that I don't have a photo of it, but basically it's the Detroit CFC crest. It's a bronze statue of a man holding the city, and then I don't know. Bad radio, bad podcasting. It'd be cool to get a group photo with everyone's flags, but I'm excited to have everyone. Please bring all your stickers, your flags, your scarves. I'm really stoked for all of us to roll into the Detroit City match because people are going to look at us like we're crazy people because we're all going to be wearing hoops. But yeah, I'm just stoked. Everyone in this photo is going to be there. Maybe not the dog, but everyone else.
Oh, come on, bring the dog.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, I'm stoked. I really appreciate you wanting to platform it, Seanie. This has been a labor of love for a long time, and it's crazy planning an event like this, trying to get people to RSVP to an event that's like, maybe I'll be there.
Yeah. Well, I remember like last year, Pittsburgh did their 5-year one, and it kind of replaced the one in Philly. And I remember talking to Sean Finn, president of the club there, and you could see it on his face. The amount of work I think the whole group did beforehand, and then also the relief on his face, like seeing people come and being able to, like you said, you wanted to show off Detroit, he wanted to show off Pittsburgh and show off their club, and I feel like you guys kind of have a little similar vibes, going. You guys started similar times. Mm-hmm. You're both kind of the grassroots and built in different ways, but like both you guys have done just unreal job of getting things started up. So I know and I remember you talking about it kind of right after Pittsburgh that you guys wanted to do it, and I was so excited to hopefully be able to participate in it. And then we started doing this, and me and Chris were like, yeah, we gotta try to build it up as much as we can. Not that we have this humongous platform, but like it's a little bit of a platform.
It's something, man.
To be fair, though, I mean, this actually, just for us going to Detroit, it goes back to like at least Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
22. We're like, we got to go we have to go to Detroit. And I remember that there was that whole push there. So yeah.
One more thing, if I may, about the Fela that I forgot to mention, because we kind of added it on after the fact. Wes, our wonderful vice president, some of you listening have met him. He rocks. He's doing an unofficial welcome party on Thursday night. I didn't give Sean images of this because it was kind of after the fact, but anyone coming in early, we will have something. It's on the website. It's on our Instagram, but little welcome party at Batch Brewery. It's going to be across the street from the hotel block. Just something, because I know some people make it a whole weekend thing.
Chris will be in on Thursday, right?
Yeah, I'll be.
Yeah.
I've already touched base with Wes.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't make Thursday, but Friday night I will be there. I'll see y'all at Nemo's for sure.
Yeah, I'll be in on Friday afternoon, so I'll be ready to join in with the pub crawl. I'll probably get in somewhat mid-afternoon, but
Nice.
so Mick, being that does this inspire you to make something like this happen for the Kansas City Celtic Supporters Club?
It definitely does, and it's just you're talking about how long you guys have been up and running for. I think Kansas City's biggest issue is much like Detroit, like you were saying, is it's just not a place that people associate with travel and stuff like that. Like you go to Orlando, you go to the Lucky Leprechaun, it's just what everybody does. It's a destination place, so we're kind of relying on locals and stuff to come by, and even then I'm probably one of the worst. I'm guilty of not showing up to the games because I'm the way that they've fallen this year is I've been at the fire station watching the games because I'm on duty and I can't get to the pub for it. So it's things like this, like seeing what you guys do and seeing how you guys pull supporters in from other Celtic supporters clubs to come visit you guys. I think that's an inspiration to clubs like us. And we've been around since 2018, and I don't think it's really occurred to any of us to try and pull off something like this. So it's definitely, it amazes me what can be done, when everybody pulls together. And there's so many Celtic supporters nationwide that I think it would be, it would be pretty cool. And Kansas City's been on the map a little bit more these days because the football team's getting better, etc. So, we're coming up on the world. Actually, the new stadium is going to get built about 5 miles from where I'm sitting right now.
Oh, wow.
They're moving away from Missouri to the Kansas side. So, who knows?
We can come to Kansas City for the barbecue.
Absolutely. Come
I
for the
would love
barbecue
to.
queue, stay for the fair.
Man,
Get some beers. I'm sure we can make it a good time.
Mhm.
But yeah,
guaranteed.
Yeah,
no doubt.
for sure.
And then we got Tommy here. Mick, where's your accent from?
Oh God! Where it originally was from was West Lothian. I'm actually halfway between Livingston and Falkirk. Is where my hometown is. But I've been over here since 2007, so my accent has gone through the dilution cycle, the rinse cycle, and you can hear it fade in and out. Depends on who I'm talking to. But there's a couple of times I've been talking to like guys over here or at the fire station, and my brother will call me, and I'll just start talking to him, and he's like, "Fucking, what kind of accent is that?" I just get tired of repeating myself twice, So, but West Lothian, close to Livingston, close to Falkirk.
Gotcha. Yeah, so like I said, I can't wait for this weekend, and we talk about it all the time. It's these kind of weekends or events, that suck us all in, and it's great seeing you guys. Like, and feel like I get to see you guys more often recently than we did in years past. So I know, like me and like Sean, me and you, like we were talking online forever, but then like probably first time we met was in Cleveland, and then since then it's been another 3 times or so, 2-3 times. So like we're making it happen, and I think it's great because like I know me, sometimes I feel like I live an hour outside of Philadelphia, so I feel like I'm a CSC unto myself. And Chris, I know you feel that in Dub Buckle, Tennessee, and now you got Nashville now. So it's good to make these trips and get to see the people and make it a whole weekend and drink way too much, and most of them, and sometimes don't remember bars you go into, but
As long as you tip, doesn't matter.
I hope I did.
You can quote me on that. You can quote me on as someone who spent 17 years in the food and beverage business. Just tip.
And then I'll throw up one comment, and I'll throw up Bobby's another one. Bobby will be in Detroit this weekend too, and Seanie fourth in the facial hair game again, as always. Every week, gotta get my facial hair game up. I actually got a little scruff going, but so yeah. And I think the last thing I want to do, and this is another one. Another great CSC in the United States, the Lone Star CSC in Dallas. Jim and Karen, or Jim is the president. Karen is his wife, and Jim and Karen go to pretty much every single Celtic Foundation event over here, whether it's the gala dinners in New York, or we did a couple walking events in New York City. They did a sleep out in Dallas at the football stadium there just this year to raise money for the Celtic Foundation. But Karen runs, and I'll throw it up here real quick. She runs if I can find it on my little list of, she runs the Wolf Tone Inn and Spa for dogs. And they're, and just because of the name, we got to give it up to them, but they're in trying to get votes to be the best boarding spa in the Dallas area. So I'm gonna throw up the other one. And
Oh yeah.
I hope I didn't delete it. I think I might have deleted it. Yeah, shit. But check out Karen on just look up Wolf Tone Spa on Facebook or any of your social medias, and you can check out that email address right there. And I think I have a picture of it there. This is the picture of the front of the place, but. They're such good people. You see them at the Fela in Philly every year. They were up here like what was that? Beginning of February was the Fela here. They're up here all the time. Sometimes they're up here just randomly. Like I'll be at the Plow and the Stars in Philly and just randomly see Jim sitting at the bar, and it's like what the hell you do? Like you're up here from Dallas for the weekend. So they're good people. So if you can. Throw a little vote their way so they can get best of in that area. So I promised Karen I would do that. But I think that's all we wanted to cover today. Look forward to seeing you guys this weekend. Mick, looking forward to you handing the baby over and just running out the door on Friday night. And
the guilt trip is strong tonight, fellas.
First, second, and third ones on us.
Yeah, you got it.
There we go. Yeah, that's a promise.
The wife is normally she's normally listening, but
yeah, she's usually in the comments.
Yeah, she's at a conference right now, and they're doing this data games thing. She's a big data nerd, so they're at that. So she'll be. I know she's not watching because she'll be trolling me right now. So, and I'll be honest with you, if she was able to get home in time and get up to that, she would be wanting to go more than I would. So if that says anything. So I've got a feeling that you're going to be seeing us pretty soon.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be great.
Always invited.
All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there then. So we'll be back next week. Next week we have Chris Giles from the Plow, the president of the Plowboys. He'll be joining us, and possibly somebody else. We got to talk to some other people. I know Chris promised me an interview at the Fairly last time. I think he thought we were bigger journalists here than we actually are.
Hold on, we're journalists?
I don't know. He's like he wants to break a story or something like that. So I don't know. I just want to talk Celtic and drink beers. So
there you go.
But thanks for listening. If you can give the channel a like and subscribe, so you can, it enables you guys to find us easier and find some of the other shows on the channel. And we'll be back next week, and I'll see Chris and Sean on Friday. Can't wait. And thanks, Mick, for coming on. And that's about it. Cheers. Hell, boys.
Hell.
Check our law.